Hey there, friends. Welcome to this webinar teaching. I'm so excited to share with you the tool, the alignment quiz. So this tool is so important in really launching and understanding what all this membership is really about. It starts here because this is going to give you the results to see where your life is living in alignment or maybe out of alignment. We're going to look at faith, family, fitness, focus, and fun. So we're going to go into each piece of this quiz and really understand the questions, the results, and then where to go from here. As you look at the alignment quiz, the first thing that you're going to see is a series of getting into the questions and getting into kind of this analysis. It's giving you insight. But the most important thing for you to realize is that the reason why we're doing this is the ultimate goal of creating a meaningful life. Why alignment really matters, and why are we taking an alignment quiz? And the answer to that is when one area is off, really everything just feels harder. It's kind of like in your body. When your body's not in alignment, different joints work harder and there's grinding and there's friction and things aren't running in ease. So what we need to understand, what this quiz really is. This quiz is an analysis. It's basically awareness. It's not judgment. It's giving us insight. And it's not like that personality quiz or an Enneagram where it's like, oh, this is who I am and this is my identity. It's really just a snapshot of your current season. This is to give you feedback of where you are and where you want to go. I'm going to show you this quiz in live form. So we're going to kind of walk through this together. I'm going to explain what section, what that's really asking and what our ultimate goal is. And then we're going to take a deeper dive into what these results really look like for you. The alignment framework is really designed to integrate rather than separate these parts of who we are when it comes to our faith development, growing families, understanding our fitness, developing focus, and having fun along the way. So this is a framework that gives us structure and it gives us a system to work within. When it comes to faith, I start with this because I think that faith is so important to understand really where the foundation, and it is one of our first alignment pieces. And the reason why we're looking at faith is because this develops really the awareness of who you are, of who you see life, how you experience God, your life, how you experience others. It's the foundation of our spiritual, physical alignment. I like to say that we are spiritual beings in a physical body. And so this is really giving us, again, a snapshot of how our alignment in our faith is showing up in our daily life. And is it aligned? Is it out of aligned? Where can we make some adjustments to have a little bit more congruency in how we see God, how we see ourselves, and how that comes into play in our daily life? When we look at family, as a mother of six, I really, and this is important to me because I think it's important in this world that we're navigating and the shifts and the changes that we're seeing in family. It's so profound in what we're seeing, how children are parenting their parents, and there's a lot of misalignment in kind of our cultural societal norms now, and that's causing a lot of friction in families. And so I bring into the teaching that you're going to experience in the membership some of these personal experiences, but I got to see where you're coming from in your background and how you're showing up in your family. So this is really a vital tool in understanding your view of family and kind of what you're creating in your own family. As we look at fitness, really in my professional experience in being in the fitness industry for more than 25 years, I come as a professional in the fitness industry, but I want you to understand where you're coming from. So it's really important as you start this alignment is understanding What's your view of fitness? What's your view of your body? How is this showing up in your lifestyle? What do you love to do? What do you not like to do? How are we changing that energy and that efficiency of our fitness to line up with how we are living and what that looks like in our lifestyle choices? And do we see fitness as a chore, or do we see fitness as an expression of living our best life, sustainability? When it comes to focus, it's really important. We've heard it said, like, where energy goes, focus flows. Or focus is really that narrowing in, and it comes down to discipline and our decisions. But it's really hard in this world with so much input of what to focus on, and we're finding there's so much decision fatigue. And so this questionnaire and all these questions around focus are really designed to see where you're struggling with focus. Like, where can we help connect clarity and kind of correct our path and narrow into that laser focus and getting clear direction with our daily discipline and decisions. Now, when it comes to fun, the alignment and fun is really coming back to that reset. Where do we reset? Where do we have fun? Do we even know how to have fun anymore? How do I have fun? What do I view fun as? Is fun enjoyable? Does fun feel like a burden? How can I have more fun in my life? And so we're seeing kind of where you are in that current scope of how you view fun, how you're integrating fun into your life, and how we can incorporate a little more joy and playfulness, a little reset into your daily rhythms. So now we're going to look at really understanding your score and what does it mean, and how, like, what do we do with information? So information is power. If we know what to do with that information, otherwise it's just like our world. We're just drowning in information and knowledge, but we don't know what to do with it. And the last thing I want you to do is get these results and be like, okay, now what? And so the design of this score quiz and this alignment quiz is to give you feedback that is useful. And that's where the results are really important, is that we're going to take these and see, do you have a low alignment? Do you have a moderate alignment? Do you have a high alignment? Meaning, are things in your faith, your family, your fitness, your focus, and your fun, are they kind of all grooving together and you're moving kind of in an energetic, balanced, easeful? Or does everything feel like it's fighting each other? Do you feel pulled in one direction or in many directions and you're missing that alignment? We want to think of alignment as ease, not easy, but ease, meaning we're seeing synergy energy. We're seeing where things come together, and we're discovering how life is unfolding because of this deeper awareness to the alignment that we're creating. All right, so what we're going to look at now is the questions as they stand, and really why and what these questions are designed to dig deeper into. Let's start with the first question. If you keep going where you are headed, will you have the life you want? Now, the reality is there's always room for improvement, right? So if I say I'm happy with my life as it is and I would change nothing, like, congratulations, you are living the life we all want to live and you're experiencing complete bliss. Now, it's fair to say, like, maybe today that's a really great analysis of how you feel, but we're trying to capture as a whole, what is kind of your life view look like from another angle? What would you? I'm happy, but I know I need to change something. Like, that's fair, right? We're kind of just trying to dissect what we're trying to direct. Okay. And then ultimately, I want coaching to discover what I need to change and how to live a more meaningful life. Right. So the design of these questions are to really see where you're at and where this membership is going to direct the most growth. If your current life path suddenly changed tomorrow, what would you do? So we're looking at, if something dramatically changes, is it going to be a major life shift? These are those questions that it's like, if you get that diagnosis, that accident, the crisis. Like, are we going to wait for a crisis to change? Or do we already kind of know that I'm going to adapt, I'm resilient, I have a plan, and I manage change and I adapt quickly. So noticing kind of where you are on that. Do you know what you want to achieve in the next year? Yes, I clearly know what I want to accomplish. Everything is so clear. I just need to do it. No, I'm not. I don't know what I want to achieve. I know what I want, but I don't know where to start. I think that finds like a lot of us in some different goals, different areas. And ultimately, I want coaching. How do you approach your yearly goals? So, do you start with these goals and then you're constantly checking in like quarterly, monthly, weekly? I mean, daily? You know what your goals are. Do you set goals and then you wait for the next year to review those goals and you didn't really monitor your progress? Um, Screw the goals. I don't have any goals. I just live life by the seat of my pants. I want coaching and I need to learn how to create goals and stick to them. So, that's kind of where we're at with goal setting. How do you manage your time to focus on what matters most? So this is really about like focus and what does it look like in your time and your choices, managing time, managing kind of your life, and bringing your time, your energy, your effort. Time is our greatest asset. So time at management, focus, and direction. Do you have a clear direction and you feel so excited about your future? Yes, I have a clear plan and I'm enthusiastic about it. I have a direction, but I feel disconnected. It's not very exciting. It's like you're in the job, but you're unfulfilled. I lack clarity. It all just seems overwhelming, and I'm feeling fearful about this. I want coaching to create a clear, exciting plan for my future. How well do you know and love yourself? So this really pulls into just focus and our self-care. Like, I know and I love myself well. I know what I need to thrive in life. I maybe I care for others more than I care for myself, or seeing kind of where you are. You're comfortable with who you are in your self-care, and everything's aligning well in that. My faith is the foundation of my life and it guides my values. Yes, my faith clearly guides me. I don't have a clear understanding of what faith means for me. Faith isn't a major part of my life right now. I want coaching. So faith is really it's so personal, but this is really just to evaluate. It's kind of that self-reflective place of like, where am I in my faith right now? And again, not faith as a religion, but faith like a connection, your spiritual grounding, and kind of how that aligns with your goals and your focus. I am aware of and connected to my spirituality. It influences how I live. So faith being and spirituality are very important. Spirituality matters, but isn't a daily focus. I'm interested in exploring more. I want coaching to grow my faith. I believe in God or a higher power. So this again is just going deeper into your faith. Rather than getting nitty gritty on this, like what is she getting at? I'm trying to give clarity of, is faith real, personal, or does it feel like it's just out there? It's something you do on Sunday, or is it something that's an everyday part of you? And how do you connect with that source, God? I have a healthy and meaningful relationships with my family. This gets into just our family relationships again, our core. Yes, I have strong nurturing relationships. I want to improve my relationships, but I'm unsure how. Maintaining family relationships is not a priority right now. I want coaching. And it can be true that any of these questions can be, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. We're always going to what is most reflective of the season. Okay, so as we get through kind of these questions and you keep progressing, you're going to see that you have results that really make you look and reflect. In the design of this alignment quiz, it's not easy peasy, right? It's not just click the box, but ultimately the last question is designed for you to kind of, okay, I went through all that, but I already know what I know. I need to grow in my faith, or whatever it may be. Okay, great work. Oh, we scored 50%. So, there was high, low alignment. We're right in the middle. And so there's uh, lots of directions to go here. But as far as like what that shows is your score shows you could benefit in lining your family. Maybe there was a result that kind of in that score and that alignment. This is all through, different technology that's creating this for you. But in that result page, you're going to then see, okay, the area you personally saw the need is for greatest growth is faith. But knowing these don't stand alone. Like when your faith is strong, your focus is probably going to show better. Your fitness, like they all are such an integrated, synergistic uh, part of who you are. And so you're going to see results of how those questions analyzed what you're doing well on, specifically to you and how you answer these questions, and then specifically where you could improve and giving you a little clear direction. Now we're going to dive a little deeper into a lower score and a higher score and really what that means and how this is designed to give you real life useful information. So let's say we have somebody at a 23% low alignment. First off, I want to say this is an exactly where you need to be space and place for growth. And this shows that you're ready. This shows that you are teachable, you're excited, you want coaching, you're ready to see that life needs a shift. And this is really your transitional intelligence, your TQ, we said, so to speak. You're transitioning, you're seeing that, okay, my life is not in alignment, but I am so excited to get coached, to see change. And so see this really as an opportunity, not a failure. When we look at low alignment, you're going to have, again, a specific area that maybe your results cater to one area. And then you have the area that you chose as kind of being where you wanted to start. Say you chose fun. But then as you look at kind of those areas specifically as it lines out what you're doing well, where you can improve. Okay. So just use this as an opportunity to grow, to change. And that's why you're here. You're exactly where you need to be for that growth. Now, let's say you had a high alignment and you're kind of really seeing things like life's in flow, life's in balance. Like we're in a good season. And I want to say that's great. And that's an awesome place to be. And life is really about seasons, right? So as we look at like alignment or season, you're in your season right now. Like you're in your summer if you love summer, if you're in your winter if you love winter, like you're grooving, you're growing. And there's a lot of alignment. You're kind of flourishing in your seeds that you've planted. But we do know that no matter where you are, 72%, like we're looking green, we're looking at high alignment, but there's always areas to grow. It's kind of like the old adage, like if you're not growing, you're dying. And so this is really this opportunity to always be like, okay, I'm doing great, but where can I do maybe better? And we know that the greatest enemy of best is good, right? So knowing that information is, it's not to be like, hey, I'm going to take a back seat now and I'm going to just ride this through. Is looking now, okay, I'm going to have an area that maybe I'm focusing on focus here and keeping my focus, fine tuning my focus. But yet what you chose was fitness. And you're like, okay, yeah, I want to really see a change in my fitness. Even though I'm doing well, like I'm ready to go from doing yoga to Pilates, or I'm ready to train for a marathon. Like you're doing well in your fitness, but you're ready for maybe a shift, maybe a change. And we know in all of this, all of these components are really designed to integrate. So you're connecting, you're doing well in these areas, in your faith, your spirituality, you're prioritizing these relationships, but maybe you're improving on how to integrate a new path of fitness that you are wanting to focus on. So the bottom line with all of these results is that you have very personalized opportunities to see where your desire to create this meaningful life meets direction. Your desire to have alignment in your faith, your family, your fitness, your focus, your fun. That desire with direction creates destiny. And that's what you're going to gain from this very vital tool, your alignment quiz, to give you that information, that awareness, again, not an identity, but really seeing how we integrate all of those parts of the whole and how they really synergize to energize that development of living our best life. I highly recommend to reassess, to continually use this alignment quiz because, as we all know, there's one thing that is for certain, and that is change. We change, life changes, people change, our jobs, our age, navigating transitions of being single, being married, being a parent, being a grandma, being whatever it may be. All of those things, they adapt with who we are. We are constantly changing. So it's important to use this tool and to go back and use this framework. It's just great information. It's power. Again, information is power if you know what to do with it. So with the results of the alignment quiz and with the coaching and our courses in our community, you're going to have exactly what it takes to make the most meaningful life that you are craving.